Today I'll talk about acquiring of human resource. It is part of my series of lectures on human resource management. So let us see a few terms. Staffing, it is the process of finding, attracting and hiring new employee. Recruitment, it is a process of discovering potential candidate and of generating a pool of qualified applicants. Selection, it involves gathering information about job applicants and using this information for making hiring decisions. It is an exercise in prediction. So we predict which of the applicant is best suitable for the job. Staffing process is time consuming and it involves a cost. Now let us see one by one what is recruitment and what is selection. First of all, recruitment. Recruitment is a process of searching and stimulating prospective candidates to apply for a job. It is a positive and a continuous function. These are the steps for recruitment. First of all, we do the job analysis to get the job specifications. Then we do human resource planning. We plan the number of staff required, the time at which they are required. Then we decide on the source of recruitment, that is location where qualified individuals can be found. It may be internal to the firm or organization. It may be external, or there may be certain new approaches, which I will discuss later. Then we contact the sources. So this is about steps of recruitment. So sources of recruitment, as I told you, it may be internal, external, or new approaches. Internal recruitment may be by transfer, promotion, demotion, re-employment of retired or retrenched employees, or from dependents of deceased employed. So when we require external recruitment, so external recruitment is necessary when there is need to expand workforce, when we want workforce from outside to expand the workforce, when we need to fill entry level positions, because these positions cannot be filled by promotion, these are entry level positions, when there is a need of skill that are not available with current employees, when there is need to infuse fresh ideas in the firm. So in these circumstances, we look for external source of recruitment. These are the methods of recruitment. Again, they may be internal or external. We can find potential applicants from our organization, from organizational database, job posting and bidding, inside Moonlight, or using informal methods. We can use external sources by direct applicants. There may be some direct applicants or write-ins where candidate just apply without any advertisement. They come to our firm and they apply for job. The second is employee referrals and recommendations. Then we can use professional associations to find the potential candidates. We can take help of employment agencies. We can do executive search firm. We can use advertisements. We can go for campus recruitment, or we can recruit from our factory gate. So these are the new approaches to recruitment. Nowadays, there is a need, because there is tough competition for manpower. So there is a need for employer branding. So we need to develop ourselves, our organization as a brand uh, for employee welfare. So potential candidates are attracted to our firm. Then we can do special events like open house. Open house means we open our firm so that potential candidates can visit our firm and then decide. Then we can also we can organize the career fairs. We can use contest for recruitment, and we can use the facility of internet recruitment. And this e-recruitment, these include job boards or job placement websites. These are third-party websites, professional or career websites, or our company website. So these are the sources of e-recruitment. So these are the newer approaches. Then let us see what is selection. Selection is a process of choosing the right candidate who is the most suitable for a vacant job. So it involved gathering information about job applicants. It is a predictive exercise and it is a negative process because it involved rejection of unsuitable candidates. If done properly, it saves cost to organization in long run. If we select proper candidates who stay with us in a long run, so we save cost. So what are the methods of selection? We use application blank, that is the uh, applications which we accumulate after recruitment process. Then we do employment interviews. We interact with the potential candidates. We also do certain employment tests, which include aptitude test, personality test, and subject test. These are important. Personality and aptitude is also important other than subject. We can do work sampling. We can examine the work done by the candidate. Then we go for reference checks and recommendations. We can use assessment centers. It is a group of 10 to 12 individuals, and this activity is 2 to 3 days simulation exercise. Then finally, we do physical examination. So these are basically the steps of selection process, and these may be done one after the other, or these may be done simultaneously. This I will tell you a little later. So first of all, a brief about employment interviews. It may be structured or unstructured interview. Or the other way to classify is on the basis of focus of questions. It may be situational. We tell the potential candidate a particular situation and we assess his or her response. We can uh, we can assess the behavior of the candidates, or we can uh, ask questions about job related, and we can do stress test also. Then conduct of interview can be one-to-one interview. It may be a sequential interview, or it may be an interview by a panel of experts. Then approach to selection, as I told you, the steps may be done one after the other. That is known as multiple hurdle approach, or they may be done simultaneously. That is compensatory approach, where one of the aspect of candidate may compensate the other aspect, and it may be a combined approach. Then these are the newer approach to selection. It may be we can take use of computer, so computer aided selection. We can use decision support systems or artificial intelligence. We can use competency based approach, and we can hire a person for culture fit. So this is about all about recruitment and selection. Now in general about staffing. So factors affecting staffing may be external to the firm or internal to the firm. The external factors include labor market conditions, unemployment rate, labor supply and demand, government regulations and legal considerations, and competitions among firms. Internal include organizational policies and practices. For example, promotion from within policy. So these affect the staffing process. Organizational image and goodwill also affect staffing process. Job attractiveness or nature of job. Then nature of product itself may affect staffing, and size of the firm also affects staffing. So this is about work relationship. It may be a permanent relationship between employer and employee, or it may be a temporary relationship or a contingent relationship. So the workers may be less skilled or highly skilled worker. And so this is a spectrum, And the factors which are affected include the employee production, which may be more when the employee are permanent as compared to the temporary relationship, and loyalty of our worker to the firm. So this depend on this kind of relationship. These two factors they depend on this relationship. So what are the alternatives to hiring? Can we avoid hiring? So we can use independent contractors or consultants. So we can use their services instead of hiring our staff. We can use staff sourcing or employee leasing, for example, which we usually do for housekeeping or security services. We can use temporary help services. We can rehire former employees, which saves cost. And we can hire from non-traditional pool, for example, from housewives and retired personnel or former defense personnel. So these are like non-traditional labor pool. Then what are the challenges in staffing process? So increase employee turnover nowadays due to shifting in long-term relationship to economic short-term contract between employee and employer. The other challenge is the challenge in retaining skilled employees. Then the other is more difficulty in attracting and selecting from a limited talent pool. So there is lot of competition between firms for this limited talent pool in the society. So these are the challenges in staffing process. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.